Like, are you pissed because you had to wait outside in the cold for Felix to show up? Get a hobby. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Melody, and today we're going to be talking about what is actually going on at JYPE Entertainment. So this past week, a photo was released on the JYPE Twice Instagram page, not the Twicestagram page, their like official business account. And these were photos for a recent promo for the group's Japan concert tour DVD. And in these photos, Jeongyeon's body was visibly edited, like Victorian photos edited, like you could tell. Onces, of course, know that Jeongyeon gained weight after being put on medication, most likely steroids, for an injured disc in her neck back in 2020. And I've personally been on this type of meds, and I've known other people that have been on these types of meds, and they do make you gain weight really quick, and it really sucks to have that happen and then like not be able to lose the weight as quickly afterwards. Jeongyeon has been the subject of non-stop comments on her body since then, and about her outfits too for some reason. I mean, I personally don't like the majority of Twice's costumes anyways, except for the ones for Likey and Strategy, but that's just my personal opinion. And people blame her bad outfits on the stylists not knowing how to dress her quote-unquote bigger body. Jeongyeon is not the average size for a K-pop idol. I am a bigger gal myself, and I just cannot fathom the frustration that this causes her with every single time she's talked about online. People talk about her weight and talk about her body instead of her actual talent in dancing and singing, which is what her job is. And I'm not saying that she has not had some bad outfits. In my opinion, the stylists for Twice are kind of shit anyways. So I don't like a lot of what they wear. But, you know, I don't know if this is truly the case, if the stylists have been struggling for 5 years now to dress Jeongyeon in a flattering way or what. There's definitely discourse about that. And this just all feeds into the amount of disordered eating that we see in the K-pop industry in general, and that it encourages with its idols. I mean, see Momo surviving on literally ice cubes for days to lose weight. And it's sad, you know, that her own company that she works for thinks that it's okay to edit her photos in this way. And we can see in videos and photos that are on the Twicestagram Instagram page that her body is fuller than it is in these promo photos that were released, and that is okay. The filter that the K-pop industry sees women through, it is just disgusting, whether it's about their size or their age or what have you. This is just a systemic issue within the K-pop industry that probably isn't going to go away anytime soon, unfortunately, unless we get a whole lot more idols with bodies like Jeongyeon's, Hwasa's, and Jessie's, and real soon. I just hope that Jeongyeon herself has a strong support system around her outside of the company, like family members or friends that help her to know that her size does not equate her worth. People really should just be focusing on the music. I don't know why that's so hard to do in a music industry. I just don't want to talk about Jeongyeon's body anymore. I don't want other people to do it. And this latest incident, it just goes to show how much people just can't get away from that. But moving on to our second subject today. So actually on the same day that photo was released, Felix was due to fly out to Paris for Fashion Week, but missed his flight as a result of someone bringing his expired passport instead of the newer one. There's been people that have been saying that it was a manager. We don't have any proof of that. We don't know if it was Felix himself even. I don't know if he even, you know, if he or other idols even have access to their passports. I know that in the past, some idols have lost their own passports that they have control over. So it may be a case of like, hey, management will hold on to these documents for you so that they don't get lost kind of thing, and it was probably just a mix-up somewhere. But either way, Felix later explained that he was going to be a couple of hours late and that the fans that were waiting outside the airport should take care of themselves and not get sick while they were waiting in the cold for him. Or, like get a hobby instead of waiting outside of airports for idols. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. Then so-called fans criticized JYP Entertainment for their quote-unquote lack of professionalism and accused the staff of mistreating and sabotaging Felix on purpose. Calm down. It was most likely an accident that the passport was, lost or forgotten or misplaced with the old one. This could happen to anybody and probably has many, many times. I have not traveled out of the country in, oh my God, 20 years? Yeah, 20 years was the last time that I left America with a passport. And, I feel like if somebody does this often, like this is something that could happen a lot, especially if it's, if it was just renewed or something like that and you just accidentally bring the wrong one. It's not a huge deal. He eventually got the correct one and was able to make it to Paris and didn't miss any of his schedules, and it was completely fine. The only inconvenience was to those fans that were waiting outside the airport for him. But like I said, in that case, get a hobby, go get some coffee or something and then come back. Like, Jesus Christ. But this whole incident kind of added on to the frustrations that people were feeling after Felix. He was in a car accident that resulted in a pinched nerve in his elbow, and people were freaking the fuck out. Like, sure, drivers should be more careful no matter who is in the car, whether it's an idol or what, but that's why it's called a car accident and not a car on purpose. We should be happy that this accident wasn't any worse and that his injury wasn't as bad as they first thought it was. They first thought that it was a fracture, but then when they reviewed the x-ray, they realized, oh, that was actually an old injury that they were seeing and not something recent. So he pinched a nerve, he rested, and he was fine. These things happen. But of course, Chinese and Korean fans could not calm down. They sent JYP Entertainment funeral wreaths, because that is a normal and logical response, and protest trucks demanding that the company treat Felix better. So the protest trucks had signs on them that said, 1, JYP must guarantee the safety of its artists, stop evading responsibility, and make an official apology. 2, schedule delay due to a company mistake. Why is that the artist's responsibility to apologize? Don't hide behind Felix's apology. 3, JYP should keep the trust between Felix and the collaboration brand. The company should take responsibility for the company's mistakes. 4, stop discriminating against Felix's personal activities, ensure fair support and treatment. And 5, I'm dying to wait for the notice of the lawsuit. Protect and respect Felix's honor. So, like I said, maybe the passport mix-up was Felix's fault. Like, I don't know if he carries his passport himself or if the managers are always handling them or what the case is there. And it was most likely just an honest mistake. I just don't understand what these people want the company to do. Like, do they want the manager to come out and reveal themselves to the public who they are, and which would put their safety and ultimately the idol's safety at risk, and have them apologize for this mistake if they were in fact the one that made it? And then for numbers 2 and 3, like I said, they had already apologized for the quote-unquote inconvenience that Felix's injury caused to the fans. But what more do people want? It's an accident. Those happen to everybody. For number 4, who is doing what? Who's doing this discrimination? It's not like the company is forbidding Felix from attending these events. It seems like to me they're completely supporting his endeavors with this. They're probably super proud of their idols for going out there and making more money. Like, what else could they ask for? They're not telling Felix that he cannot go to Paris or that he can't be an ambassador for different brands. That would be a different thing if they were completely blocking him from doing those things, but they're not. And then for the last point, like, what lawsuit? Are they expecting Felix to file a lawsuit against the company or something? Like, if he was truly having an issue, then I'm sure he would do so. Stray Kids are one of JYP Entertainment's most successful, if not the most successful group right now. They have a massive amount of freedom over their content in relation to other idol groups. They're like on top of their game right now. I'm sure there's a general mutual respect between Felix and the company, or else the whole group would not have renewed their contracts. Basically, they would have split and gone on to do their own things. I mean, we've seen that happen in the past with idols who do have general issues with their companies, like TVXQ, for example. If they had any kinds of issues like that, I'm sure they would be doing something. I think instead of issuing any kind of official apology, JYP Entertainment, or better yet, Felix, needs to tell these fans to just fuck off with their protest trucks and funeral wreaths. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, the more companies and idols continue to not address these fans head on and call out their inappropriate behavior, the more the fans will think that it's okay for them to do stuff like this. And of course, companies don't want to lose any profits and that they may be getting from these fans, because you have to have a lot of money to to buy these funeral wreaths and rent these protest trucks. But in my opinion, they don't need their money. They have plenty of actual fans that actually care about the idols and don't do these types of things. So we can see in these two different incidences that happened this past week that, I mean, yeah, JYP Entertainment does need to step up their game in protecting their idols from crazy fans that disrespect them. First of all, with people commenting on Jeongyeon's body online all the freaking time, they need to call people out for doing that. And they need to call people out for sending funeral wreaths and protest trucks for something that is arguably minuscule in comparison to how some idols have been treated in the past. Like, come on, you guys, there are more serious things. Like, are you pissed because you had to wait outside in the cold for Felix to show up? Get a hobby. Stop waiting for idols at airports. Seriously. You guys let me know what you think about these incidences in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out my social medias down in the description, as well as affiliate links that I have down there. And if you're new around here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stick around for more videos like this or not like this. Go ahead and hit the like button as well if you like this video today, and share it around with anybody that you would like to share it with. Otherwise, as always, don't forget to drink your water, take your medicine, and eat something today if you have not done those 3 things yet. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.